Ola Zinchenko's arrival at Nottingham Forest on deadline day looked, on paper, like pragmatic business, a technically gifted left-sided player brought in to cover injuries. On the pitch it read like something more urgent. Top-tied for the earlier derby, Zinchenko finally made his Forest debut against Swansea and, even in a painful 3-2 loss in injury time, produced a performance that insisted people pay attention. He slotted into an inverted full-back role with the composure of someone who has been drilled in possession football, constantly offering passing angles, receiving between the lines, and moving play forward with purpose. The match statistics underline the visual impression. 90% passing accuracy, 9 passes that reached the final third, 7 recoveries and a string of defensive contributions that contradict the old caricature of him as merely an offensive full-back. Those facts matter because they show a player who can both create and cover, progress play, and put himself in the right place when the opponent breaks. Forest's left side had been a question mark since Ola Aina's injury exposed a thin patch in the squad. The stopgap options had been tested. Some were exposed, some looked unpolished. And the arrival of a name with Zinchenko's experience was always going to shift dynamics. What made the debut notable wasn't just neat footwork or tidy passes. It was how he read the game, moved into midfield to help his side keep numbers, and repeatedly found teammates in advanced positions. In a team that sometimes relies on wing-backs to do 2 jobs at once, his willingness to participate in build-up and his timing when rejoining defensive shape gave Postecoglou a new instrument. That matters at a tactical level. When the inverted full-back drops into midfield, the team can overload central areas, recycle possession faster, and create clearer lanes for progressive passes. And that's exactly what we saw in flashes across the 90 minutes. The bigger storyline sits beyond a single cup tie. Zinchenko's Arsenal contract runs down next summer, and this loan is more than a temporary fix, it's an audition. For the player, it's an opportunity to rewrite narratives about his best role and his resilience. For Forest, it's a chance to take a proven operator and see if he can be the regular the team needs while Aina recovers. For Arsenal's decision-makers, each minute he plays becomes a data point. Is he worth retaining, selling for a fee, or letting depart? That contractual context raises the stakes of every pass he completes and every recovery he makes. It also explains why supporters and pundits who watched the debut came away talking less about the scoreboard and more about what his presence could mean across a season. There is also a human element to the story. Deadline day signings can feel transient, but a player who treats a loan like a personal crossroads, who plays with sharpness and calm under immediate pressure, tends to seize attention. The debut wasn't flawless, and football is always about consistency rather than a single night, but it changed the narrative. Instead of asking whether Forest simply patched a hole, people began to wonder if they had found a piece that fits into a longer-term plan. And while the club will want results above all, the tactical fit and the statistical proof of his influence give coaches and executives real reasons to take the performance seriously. Expectations now shift. Where once the question might have been who could fill in at left-back, it's now how quickly Forest can make Zinchenko a regular starter and whether that regularity will reshape their style. For Arsenal, the clock ticks towards summer, and decisions will have to be made. For the player, this was not merely a debut, it was a public claim for relevance and responsibility. The scoreboard marked a loss, but in the subtler ledger of influence, progression and tactical fit, Zinchenko scored a result of his own. If he builds on it, this deadline day loan will not be remembered as a temporary fix, but as the moment a career found its next chapter.